Thank you for returning to Rhubarb Yoga. Now the past few weeks have been pretty busy. We've been doing Virabhadrasana, 5 classes, which have taken a lot from those that practice it. And sometimes we just don't feel like it. This week, it is Mental Health Week. So how about we look at how we truly are mentally? Our mental health means mental wealth. We're not going to do any poses today that require anything of concentration. Sometimes we truly do not want to even get out of a chair, change our clothes, or speak to anyone. And all of us, I'm sure, at one moment or another, have felt similar, the same, or even worse. We want to close the curtains, lock the door, and not leave at all. This past year or so has been challenging, and it has pushed the best of us to the end sometimes. And we have not felt our best. And sometimes it's okay to not want to be that. To acknowledge what's going on inside the body means that we can accept and try and nurture, try and move forward, address it, even if we don't want to change it, we're not ready for that, we just don't know how. So today I'm going to give you a couple of options and show you a few things that when you reach those moments, when you want to internally withdraw, you can do a couple of different things and it might change your outlook slightly, or it might heighten the way you feel a little, and a little is better. Not every one of us feels 100% continuously 24 hours a day, and I think some of us will be fibbing if we say that we do. It's okay to be honest about how we're feeling, and honesty truly is the best policy when we're talking about ourselves. So let's think of what we can do, and let's have a try at some things that are simple. You're not going to need anything fancy. You don't even have to be in leggings. Your pyjamas are absolutely fine. A comfy pair of trousers or a big t-shirt. Do what is working for you at the moment you choose to try. Block, a big book, a comfy cushion. More than enough. So we're going to look at a type of restorative pose. We're going to do child's pose, but we're going to rest our head on the block. The reason being is our third eye, our second chakra, our Ajna chakra, is right between the eyebrows. And by slightly activating it and pressing it against something that has a little bit of a rebound, we're activating the vagus nerve, which also reactivates our energy centre, gives us a little bit more edge to how we're feeling, and perhaps activates us in a good way. But we can do this in a calm and restorative pose too, which right now might just be right for us. All we need is a block. We pick our child's pose, and it can be wide-legged or it can be standard. Again, work with how your body's telling you to be today. Bring your block and simply place it where you think you're going to need it. And then you can adjust and work with you. So you can have the block under the forehead, arms either side. And by gently pressing the third eye, the Ajna, right between the eyebrows, and activating the skin and pushing it up just a little bit, that nerve is being told, hello, someone needs me. The arms can be alongside if you feel that you are more comfortable by the feet. The body may feel like it's succumbing more and resting more in this pose. Again, work, move the arms and fiddle until you feel you're in the right spot. You might think, I feel a little bit too like I'm hanging in the air there. Bring a second block in. Or a big cushion. Totally fine. And place it between the legs. And we're going to rest the chest upon this. And by resting the chest, we feel more confident in how the head is resting again. And this may feel even more restorative as the gravity has got nothing to do but stay and release everything that's coming in contact with the mat. You can work with the arms again, but try and take weight out the arms. Don't think where they are. Don't worry about where they are. Just think about how you're feeling. Once you come to a point where you're ready, breathe. Now allow everything to slow down. So that is when you truly need a quiet moment. And I think all of us will do, or do at some point. Shutting the door, reading a book, going for a walk. There are quiet moments, but sometimes we need a little bit extra. So, we have another pose, and it can be meditative. So, sitting on a block, big book, cushion. If you're lucky enough to have a bolster, one of those is perfectly fine. So I'm going to show you a couple of meditative poses. Nothing fancy, you don't have to be an expert. One is called candle gazing pose. Yes, you will need a candle. And yes, it will be lit. But try and find one that's got a nice smell. If you're not into smells and aromas, just find a normal candle. Anything will fit. Again, a block. Sit upon it in a comfortable place where you can feel you can sit for a couple of minutes at least. And that's sometimes all you need. When movement isn't important, thought can disappear, and stillness is what you're seeking. So coming into a cross-legged, kneeling, however your body is telling you to be today. And sit where your eye line can gaze at a candle, where you're not overstretching so you don't want it straight down. It can be further away, on a table's edge, somewhere, or on a block of books right in front of you. Something that requires no real effort or work for you to focus on. And simply gaze at the lit flame. And as you're gazing at that one point, the drishti, your focus becomes singular. It will quieten the chattering mind, the chatta vritti nirodha, the monkey mind. Those little voices, those ideas, those things telling you you need to be here, you have to do this, you need to be this. Definitely not. So candle gazing may be something that is simple, but can be clearing and give you peace, that chattering mind. Again, there is another simple meditative pose. Don't need a candle, but you could introduce it. It may help your mind calm. And we are doing two simple things. We are going to take one hand to our heart, in whichever way you want. It can be fist, but it's better with the open palm. And we take our right hand to our right knee, and we're going to face it open. With our palm open, we're accepting the energy of the world. We're taking it in. We're oozing it, allowing it to creep up our body, and we're allowing it to come into us. By placing our hand over our heart, we're driving that energy to the centre of us, to our anahata chakra, our heart chakra, the centre of our body that keeps us beating. And by doing this, we can hopefully draw something that's a different type of energy towards us. And that's all we need. So find a comfortable position again. Maybe introduce that candle, or gaze at the tip of the nose, and allow the mind to quieten. Perhaps think of the beat of the heart under the hand as you breathe, and allow that to steady inside you. Now, if those are not quite your cup of tea, and not everyone is in to spiritual feelings or heart chakras, it's not everyone's thing. So let's look at two more things. We're going to look at a pranayama, a breath work, and we're going to look at a very small and simple movement. Come off the block, or you may fall off it. This can be done standing, or seated, or kneeling. So try it first and see how you want to introduce it where you feel confident in movement. So I'm going to do it kneeling, and then I won't feel like I'm going to fall over, which is always useful. I want you to open your arms up. Take a deep breath and feel like you're allowing the world to come into you. You want to take in everything that's offered. And we're going to do a very simple opening and closing with a twist. Nothing too exertive. Take a breath in. We're going to sweep across. And we're going to keep the hips still, so allowing that twist to come across the body. And that's the important thing. Allowing that upper torso to move is going to internally massage our organs. It's going to replenish the circulation and the blood flow. And it's going to reinvigorate us with an extra new flow of energy. So let's have a go. Come across. Allow the palms to meet the best they can, and then sweep back over. We do it the opposite way, so breathing in, we're going to come across, allow the palms to meet. Breathing out, we're going to sweep back across. Now this can be classed as a part of personal massage as well, as we're sweeping across the body and we're stimulating the nerves up the arms and we're meeting the palms together. So see how you feel when you do it. Sweeping up and across, breathing in. You might feel as you breathe, you can feel the breath coming to the top of the lungs and the apex of the chest. By doing this, you're actually activating and opening the shoulder girdle and the collarbones as well, which will stimulate higher lung function and hopefully reoxygenate those areas of the body, stimulating your breath, making you feel breath is clearer, deeper and richer too. And who can't want that at some point? And we're going to do one more, and then we're going to do a pranayama. Now this one can be a bit silly, you might find yourself laughing at yourself, and we all need a bit of humour at points, and we definitely need to laugh. It can be the best medicine. So we go kneeling, sitting, standing. I would try kneeling first. You might find that your balance is challenged. We're going to open our arms up into cactus. And we're going to breathe with our breath and turn to the right. And then we're going to breathe again and turn to the left. And we're going to breathe and twist with the movement, moving as fast or as slow as you want. And you might find that you're definitely going to get challenged with your balance if you're standing. So trying it down on the ground to begin with is going to test you, and also see if you're ready to stand. And you can go as fast as you want. This is a great breast stimulation as well. And it might raise up energy you didn't think you had in the first place. And that's definitely going to get your blood pumping. That's not a bad thing. So the last one is pranayama. Now prana means life force. And we all have that. So by practicing pranayama, breath work, we're allowing our body to function, be strong, and live. And we all need that too. So our pranayama, again, find a comfortable seat. You can do this in a chair. You can do this sitting in bed. You can do this standing in the middle of a forest on your own, in peace and quiet. The one we're going to do today is the Brahmari breath, the humming bee breath. I don't know anyone that doesn't love bees. And by bringing this into your own world, this might be applicable to you more than you realise. So it's nice and it is simple, and we can do this in two different ways. We can close the eyes, and as we breathe in, as we breathe out, we hum. mouth closed, steady and constant as the breath expels. And the deeper version, the slightly more advanced version, is to place the thumbs against the eardrums to close the ear channels, and 2 fingers across the eyes to close out the light. And by doing that, we're fully taking in the vibrational value of our pranayama and allowing it to stimulate our anahata chakra, our heart chakra, stimulate and reverberate through our ribs and our chest cavity, where we have a lot of sound vibrational access because of the ribs and the multitude of bones and ligaments and muscle around there. And with the lungs and the diaphragm, the vibration from the pranayama will be absolutely astounding if you've never practiced it before. So let's do the simple version first. So hands can be in the lap, wherever is comfortable for the moment. Take a normal breath in and breathe out and hum. Take one more breath in. And this might take you a couple of times to feel comfortable in it, to attempt it, but don't worry about the pattern, the length of the exhale or the Brahmari breath. It's the vibration that's valuable. So let's do it with the ears closed and the eyes closed, and see how you feel. And no one is watching and no one is judging. Practicing with the ears closed and the eyes closed is a very different sensation. It's rich, intense, and you fully appreciate the vibrational value of that Brahmari as 2 of your senses are closed. Please, whatever you try and however you are today, be kind to yourself. And not just 1 week a year is Mental Health Week. Every day should be mental wealth, mental health. Whatever you try, enjoy, find some peace, and look